Hey people, in this episode I invite you to three corners of the world, distant from each other, yet all the three have something in common when it comes to ancient records of a heavenly stone or rock that landed on Earth in the remote past. On a closer look, the accounts share much similarity if one delves into the details, descriptions, and depictions that suggest a deep connection. Techpatl of the Aztec. In the primeval times there existed goddess Kitlalikue and his spouse god Kitlalatonak. From the union of these cosmic creator deities, a divine flint knife known as Techpatl was born, depicted as a cigar-shaped object in art. It was a Techpatl or divine stone, kind of brilliant black marble we may call obsidian or jetstone. As the story goes, it fell on Earth near a place called Seven Caverns or Chikamostok. It produced 1,600 subaltern divinities, new inhabitants of the earth. After their emergence, the creation of servants, led by an appointed god Xolotl, was ordered, thus he descended to the underworld, searching for the bones of those who inhabited the previous world. It led to the creation of mankind. The Techpatl was among the most secret of objects. It is found etched in the center of the famous Aztec sunstone and is often rendered with human features, that is, teeth and eyes, as if it were alive. Besides that, there are sculptures of the flint, held high by smaller figures, as a giant ceremonial plate. We know these were made for purely ceremonial purpose because the relics are much adorned and aesthetically pleasing instead of a functional design. The personified anthropomorphic look and the blade held by figures are important aspects and will be compared to the heavenly stone of the next sculpture, Ulikumi of the Hittites and Hurrians. The next part of the journey takes us to the ancient Near East, to the records of the Hittite and Hurrian civilizations who flourished in the region in around the 2nd millennium BC. The central character of the story is about a majestic rock giant, Ulikumi, whose father, Kumarbi, plans to overthrow Teshub, his ill-conceived offspring, who came to be when Kumarbi bit off the genitals of a previous ruler of the sky out of vengeance. To create an usurper ideal for vengeance, Kumarbi copulates with a massive rock measured in miles, and a stone child is born, delivered by the Fate and Mother goddesses. As the story explains, this stone is then taken to the dark earth, grows at a remarkable rate, and reaches cosmic proportions. According to the Song of Ulikumi, when the 15th day came, the stone had grown high, and in the sea on his knees like a blade he stood. Out of the water he stood, the stone, and his height was like, and the sea up to the place of the belt like a garment reached, like he was lifted, the stone, and up in heaven the temples and the chamber he reached. Thanks to the in-depth research done on the translation of the song, the best fitting word to describe the shape of the object was found to be blade, that is, a cutting tool. Earlier interpretations support this conclusion. Among the other possible translations, we find shapes like missile, arrow, or pole shape, and the text also mentions that it was made of kunkunuzi, a material that may be identified as diorite. As for what happened to Ulikumi, the opponent party attempted to destroy it by 70 gods amid thunder, and they triumphed at the end. Bear in mind that Ulikumi is described as a huge, personified blade of precious material, just like the Techpatl of the Aztec. But there's more. Mesopotamian cultures, particularly the Sumerians, paid great attention to ritual foundations of great structures. They hid sacred pegs or nails beneath certain monuments, and one set of these shows no less than the horned Anunnakis, a group of deities including the 7 gods who decree. Is it just a coincidence that these artifacts look just like their American counterparts, gods presiding over a huge blade-shaped object that is seen as a founding artifact, as a memory of an arrival? Perhaps not a coincidence. Although we don't have an exact depiction of Ulikumi, we do know that the pattern of the tale is very similar to the Greek epic of Zeus castrating his father Cronus, hence we can do a comparison. The Hurrian tale does mention that Ulikumi was set on the shoulders of Upeluri, known as Ubeluris by the Hittites, the equivalent of Greek Atlas, who holds the burden of the world like a heavy stone on his shoulders. Therefore, we may conclude that the word Atlas is holding is no other than Ulikumi itself. One of the oldest depictions of Atlas actually shows him bearing the rock of heaven upon his shoulders, which looks just like a blade, while another one also shows the burden, elongated in shape, momentarily held by hero Heracles for a short time. Considering that the Atlas Mountains of northern Africa is seen as the petrified Atlas himself, according to ancient Greeks, what if we took the story more literally, and the shoulders of Atlas are the mountain range holding Ulikumi, the giant blade-shaped object from ancient times hidden somewhere in the west region, probably eroded to unrecognizability. Nigihayahi's heaven-drunk boat, known as Ame no Ihafune. Thousands of miles away from the Aztecs in the Near East, Japan has its own ancient myth of the Great Storm recorded in the old scriptures of Nihongi and Kojiki. The texts tell about Nigihayahi, a divine lord and claimant of the province of Yamato. It is stated plain and clear that he soared across the great void in a heavenly rock boat, espied its region and descended upon it. He named it Soramitsu Yamato, which means Yamato that spreads to the sky. He was recognized by Jimmu, Japan's first emperor, as another seed of heaven, and a covenant was made. Nigihayahi married Princess Tomiyahime, the princess of Tomi, and she bore a son to him. He was the legendary ancestor of the Mononobe clan of the Kofun period, or Mound Builder period. It's not a coincidence that Yamato, near the city of Osaka, is spoken of, for it is the legendary dwelling place of the gods of Japan. Not far from the three legendary hills of Kashihara, that actually form a triangle, are countless megalithic structures, many of which have no explanation to their function, and some, like the Kitara Kofun, have intricate star maps etched in the stone. Hence, the title Yamato that spreads to the sky may suggest that Yamato's monuments are, perhaps, an image of the starry sky. The story of the ancient astronaut is very much alive. The region houses at least two major pilgrimage sites that venerate giant natural rocks in memory of Nigihayahi. One is known as the Iwafune Shrine and hosts a massive boulder. The other shrine goes by the name Iwafune Dai. Some show it as narrow, elongated cigar-shaped masses in tune with American and Near Eastern accounts. In the following episode, it appears that the secrets of Japan's place of arrival reach beyond the confines of the islands. The star map of the Kitora Hill was deciphered to date back to around 65 BC and associated with a view of the night sky from a Korean perspective, which has left historians puzzled, for it appears to be wrongly recorded. However, what if it was not a mistake but a record of something very important? Apparently, one of the founding accounts of the neighboring ancient Korea is in tune with the date. To be continued. Subscribe and join the journey. Make sure to click the bell button to get notifications.